Hey folks, this is Chuck back in Eden Crafters. Forgot what game I was playing about. Said the wrong thing. Anyway, where did we leave off last time? We have some grass growing. I might have better check my inventory to see if I got enough stuff on me. I got a few oxygen things left, so I'm forgetting which button does what. Let's see. I know we had built. It looks like this warehouse might be filling up. And I think the different inputs, um, I think there's like each conveyor feeds a certain section in the warehouse. So I'm trying to get, there we go. Yeah, so we can see conveyor 4 with iron plates is nowhere near full. But we have a full of glass panes, silica, iron rods, and iron beams. And it says power is. So we need to start generating more power. But for now, let's run up here and check out this mining machine we had placed down when we were last here. I know it's up here somewhere. There it is. So we've got ore feeding in here, and we don't have any conveyor coming out of there. And I really need to see where that conveyor is going to feed into. It's almost like we need more storage space down here, and I'm wondering why our like I guess the warehouses don't give us all the space in there for whatever. Each conveyor fills its own area. That area fills up and stuff stops going in. So once we got all this in, it's not going anywhere. So it's almost like we need to put down. Ew, I'm going to die out here if I don't. I wasn't even paying attention. Okay. We need some more storage and lots of storage. Let's see about another warehouse or 2 or 3 or whatever we got materials to build. So let's take a look at that. So there is a T2 warehouse, and it says increases by 10 number of the maximum stack size of elements in your inventory and other containers. So does that mean if I build one of those, the other containers we already have built will get will get more stack size? So that looks like a pretty good deal. Now we need basalt concrete. So I have to see how we go about getting basalt concrete. I think that might be one of the items that's refined, maybe. Yes, it makes cobalt, uranium, and makes basalt concrete in the refiner. So the first step's going to be let's see, where do we go? We're going to see about getting some circuit boards and then some basalt concrete. But we're going to have to put another refiner. So we're going to run up to the refiner we have and, you know, see what ingredient makes the basalt concrete. Is it, you know, just regular stone or something else? But we need 30 circuit boards. Yeah, I know that. Assembling bench. All right, I think I had started the construction on that. 30 circuit boards, but we are not going to have enough copper plate. So let's go over and check out our copper situation. Well, you know what? We never really completed that. We have this thing producing cable and this thing producing copper plate. And guess what? We don't have a conveyor going out of that into here. So hopefully that water pipe doesn't get in the way. We're going to do that and that. So that should take care of our copper plate issue in a little while. But I think over this side of the map is a prime spot for some warehouses. I think we could probably put 2 of them down there. Meantime, let's see how much copper plate's going in here. Over 20, 21, 22. All right. That works. Now this thing is not come on. What do we have here? We got cable, but of course it's not going anywhere. I should have. All right, we got the greenhouse here feeding organic into that container and organic into here. We really need more storage space over here. I'm going to make those circuit boards now. We need 30 of them. Now I wonder, oh, if you hit X, I'm not sure what that would be on mouse, on keyboard, but if you're playing a controller, you can craft 10 at a time instead of sitting there just smacking the button. So we need 30 of those things, right? So there's 10. Now I just went ahead and hit the button, the X button 2 more times. Now we're just going to wait for our circuit boards. And while we're waiting, can I go down and look at that recipe again? Well, recipe, but blueprints or whatever you want to call it. I just need that basalt concrete after we get these circuit boards done. I think since I backed out of there, it quit making them. Okay, I thought maybe it would continue to make them and I could back out and do other things, but apparently we can't do that. So let's just sit here and wait for the circuit boards. Now we need 4 more. So there's 4 more coming. Now we got 30. Now let's figure out that basalt concrete. I don't know if we can fly the drone that far up. Let's see if it'll go all the way up there. I don't think it will. I just want to take a look at that. Yeah, that's as far as that'll go. Well, We need to generate more power. So I'm going to need, obviously, more of these warehouses. Possibly, I think I'm still going to build one over there. We could just run conveyors however we have to run them. Because I guess there's warning, high temperatures. Yeah, well, what am I going to do about that? Don't understand how the temperature could change that much in somewhat a limited amount of space. Now, let's refine cobalt. That's all the recipes for this thing. I thought it said it could make basalt concrete. Well, let's get down out of this hot area. Well, I've come down here and it's hot down here too. And now my health is in rather poor shape, so we're going to have to grab a bite to eat. And I wonder if we can craft a lawnmower. It looks like that grass is going to start getting kind of thick. Alright, health fully restored. Well, anyway, it occurred to me that we were only mining a certain item from up there, and basalt is going to be a completely different item. So I just had probably a senior moment. So now we need to zoom in on this map and move around. There's a sulfur deposit. There's cobalt, iron, sulfur, quartz, cobalt, copper, iron. This is a lot easier with the mouse panning around on this map here than it is with the controller. So like I say, even if you're playing with a controller, you keep a mouse handy. I don't think we're going to find any of this basalt anywhere near us. How about sulfur, quartz, sulfur, quartz, iron, sulfur, quartz, iron. It's not even showing up over here. So, yeah, I don't even think we can mine that yet, but look over here, across the water. There's stuff over there too, and I don't think we have a way to get over there yet. So, wow, it's a pretty good sized map, different islands here. And we are just not even scratched the surface yet.
Today we are gonna probably start to do some exploring here because the next thing that we have showing up in our list is establishing a research base in the hottest region of the planet, which involves a reinforced compartment with 5 data center units. And if we go back and look at the crafting guide, and if we look at that reinforced compartment, which there's a bunch of easier ways to do it than this, but we can look at it here, and it involves getting this steel alloy, which is going to be iron ingots and graphene, and then we also need some basalt concrete, which is going to require us getting some basalt. And we have neither of those things right now. And if we go back and take a look at where we can possibly find both of those, if we go to our next objectives, graphene doesn't actually show up here as something that we can find, but it talks here about basalt, which is type of black rock that cannot be detected by radar. So we can't even use our radar to find this. So we're gonna actually, or at least this is what it's saying, is that we can't find or use our radar to find it. So we're gonna have to get out, and we're gonna have to start doing some looking around for some stuff. So that is going to be what we are going to do here today. Now, the first place I plan on looking is in the area. Wow, that turned green in a hurry. Look at that. That is so green. We're going to take a look here in the area that is normal. So, not hot like over here, because all that's hot now. And my thought, again, no spoilers, just in case you know. My thought is that if they were going to have the basalt and the graphene, they'd probably keep it in an area where you're not going to be constantly having to face heat in order to do it. So I'm thinking that it's going to be somewhere. If we take a look here, that it's going to be somewhere in here. So we're gonna start like going around here and then making our way. I'm thinking it might be in a cave area, or it might be somewhere in this big area here. But we're going to stay out of the hot, and we're going to.
Well, I had to pause the recording for a little bit there, so I hope that doesn't look too glitchy or anything when it resumes. Now, I just found out though, looking here, the task in the planet analyzer. We have unlocked, of course, the reinforced compartment. This looks like the whole map up here. This is like the whole map. But I was looking around, and I don't think basalt and rock are not scannable. So we're going to have to go out there and hunt for it. That means we're going to need food boxes. And I just crafted a whole boatload of them, so we're not going to get hungry. And we're going to need some oxygen. Plenty of it, because we're going to have to go exploring, try to find this basalt. Now let's go ahead and make about 20 oxygen capsules while we're at it. So we should have plenty of oxygen, plenty of food, and plenty of spots in the inventory. And we're going to go on a hunt. So let's stop over here at the kitchen and eat one of those easy meals there. And we're going to leave. Now, I'm not really sure where to go to find this, so we're going to just walk this way. I don't want to go up into those hot areas. So we're going to head east along the water and just see what we can find. Now, it strikes me, I don't know if I'm being overly skeptical or not, that the developers decided they don't want everything to be scannable in order to get people to explore. Because if you could sit there and see it on the map, you just go straight to it and build your machine. But no, we got to look for it. And it kind of makes me think they did that on purpose, to get you to venture out and explore around, and which is what we're doing. Now, since basalt is a rock, I'm assuming it's going to look like these other big rock deposits. But you got to watch assuming, because you've heard what they say assume means. Anyway, you can look that one up for your amusement. Not even sure what it looks like. We have some stuff over here. That's quartz. More iron. And more iron. So we got plenty of iron. We venture this far from the base, you'd think we'd start finding basalt. So I'm thinking it's not this far. It wouldn't be this far, would it? If I get up to there and I don't see it, I'm going to go up the top of that mountain and start working my way back toward the base. But I see another cave up here. And we got to watch the oxygen. Well, we do have a cave, so let's see if there's anything interesting here. Rock deposit, rock deposit, rock, rock. Uranium ore. Well, I'll take that. I assume we're going to have a need for it at some point. So we'll go ahead and take it. But I'd really like some basalt or basalt, however you want to pronounce it. Well, we have a diamond. Well, that was a disappointing cave from the perspective of getting what we were looking for. Well, better get some air and keep looking. Yeah, I'm beginning to think maybe we went the wrong direction. Because it doesn't appear to be a deposit of it out this way. And if there is, we'd have to build one whopper of a conveyor to get it back to the base. Large sulfur deposit, and this looks like it's probably quartz. Yep, that's quartz. Well, let's start heading back. And we'll go the other direction. And then we'll go up the hill and we'll find it. Okay, well, I just found out something the hard way. I had to get up for a second, so I paused the recording, and I thought I paused the game, and I came back and found that I had indeed not paused the game. apparently you pause it and your oxygen still runs out. So I walked back, sat down, went to resume the recording, and I'm almost dead. I just got up for a few seconds. So we're making our way back to the base, and now it's dark. And we still haven't found that basalt. I think they really should have given you a way to at least help you locate it. Because this just roaming around aimlessly is going to get kind of old. We need it to move forward, unless we just want to build more smaller warehouses. You know, they did put some pretty chill music in here, though. Almost make you feel like taking a nap. So, unless we didn't bring all those oxygen canisters for nothing, but would have been nice to find what we were looking for. Well, here we are back here. And let's start back in here and evaluate things. So we want to build that warehouse. We need the basalt concrete. That means we need to find basalt. We don't have any clue where it is. And there doesn't appear to be anything in here that would let us scan for it. We have a material analyzer. Now, what does that do? Analyze materials to discover new crafting recipes and machines you may need. Now, we need to make a microscope and 2 sensor array and 2 microscopes. Let's see if there's a way to make a microscope. I've never really there's sensor arrays which need 3 antennas, so we'd need 6 antennas. So we can go ahead and make those. And we need gold wiring. So we need gold ingots and rubber, and I don't even know if I have a lot of gold. I'm going to probably need a refiner to make that. And I'm not even sure where, you know, how much gold we have. I have some storage here. I think maybe I've picked up some pieces of it here and there. I have some gold ore. And we have to, so I think what we're going to do is see if there is some gold nearby that we can go ahead and set up a mine for that. But, and I think we have that nearby. Let's check the map. Sulfur, quartz, iron, cobalt, iron, quartz, copper, iron, cobalt, cobalt, Well, maybe, maybe not. Uh, sulfur up there, cobalt down here. Sulfur, sulfur, quartz, sulfur. So it doesn't appear that we have a readily available source of gold either. So we're going to have to find that basalt and find some gold. But the basalt is going to be kind of urgent because it's going to get us this bigger warehouse. Now I could go just build some smaller warehouses, a couple more of them, but we can't really advance any farther. We've built most of these items, and we've got that thing bringing cobalt, but we need someplace to store the cobalt. So I really think that maybe we should make another warehouse. So we need, more iron plates. Now we don't have enough, and we need a bunch more cement. So let's see if I can get some cement. Now, how much cement did I need anyway? Alright, I just made what I had, and it got me 12, and I need... Alright, a bunch more cement. Now I know we could, instead of just crafting all this stuff, we could set an advanced miner, but we need some gears. So let's make those 4 gears. And now let's see if we can set up a miner on a rock formation and just get a bunch more cement cranking out a little quicker. So I'm going to run and wish maybe that I hadn't broken up some of these rock formations because they were just in my way of things I wanted to build. And we're going to see if I can just slap a miner down on one of them. If that will work. Here's one, large rock deposit, right there. Let's turn that around here. Let's place that. And I guess we could. So now, is it just going to be a regular forge? Yes, we can make cement with a forge. So let's put that close by. We don't need a lot of space between them. And let's put a... my O2 is not dropping. Maybe we're getting a little more breathable close to the base now with this green stuff going on. Anyway, let's just put one of these large storage doohickeys down here, and we don't even have enough iron plate. We need 3 more iron plate for that. Wow, that kind of stinks. So we have, I guess, what we would say is a little bit of a bottleneck. With that other warehouse, filling up already. So that should give me enough iron plate. Now let's use the drone. I like the drone for building stuff because you can just kind of get a good perspective for where you're putting it. Now let's get the storage thing down here really quick. Let's put it this way. Now I'm going to get the get the conveyors lined up here. We have that. And we're going to need more iron. As you can see, not enough iron plate. Need 7 more iron plate. So let's and we just plumb ran out. So that kind of makes me wonder what's going on over here. Well, there's iron plate coming. I can't quite get to it, man. All right, it appears we have breathable air, at least around the base. I don't know how far away I can venture before it becomes not breathable. All right, I want to see. We're going to try to take some iron plate as soon as it produces it. So the plate is going. Let's try to track it here. We got it going in here. And producing those, but did I not have no, I don't. Look at that. Look what I did. We don't have. I must have destroyed that conveyor and never replaced it. So, let's remove that conveyor. Now let's place it back. And let's run one straight into here. But I don't have enough iron plate. So, let me stop that. That should have given me some iron plate. Just by wiping out that conveyor. Now I keep hitting the wrong button when I want to jump, because on other games, you know, the button I would hit to jump, it doesn't want to let me jump here. It wants to do that. So let's put that conveyor there, put it in here. And now we got concrete. And we're going to have a fair amount of concrete spitting out fairly quick. I could I don't know if I have. Let's see if I got enough plates. This thing should still be producing them. But I need to get that conveyor running. Yeah, there's plates going in here, but I don't have anything coming out of there. So let's no, I can't quite get in here. I need 42 iron plate to run that. And we don't have nearly enough. Well, there's 20 in here. I'm going to take all. It'll produce more. And I'll take that. I think as soon as we can get that conveyor run, then we're going to get iron plate kicking back into the warehouse. Like we had that, and I don't realize, I don't know what I did. Did I just accidentally get rid of that conveyor? So... I'm not sure how many more I need. I think I have 20. I have 33. If I take... That gives me... I think that's enough. So, let's... Darn it. Alright, let's build that. Alright, now we got iron plates kicking out again. Going straight to storage. Then we can get another one to send some into there so we can resume that production. But that's not as urgent right now. Well, we need to check out that warehouse construction we were wanting to build, another one. And we got 6 iron plate, but I think that's gonna build back up. We need 20 cable and some cement. So let's see. New build recipes. And did that just show us a gold deposit? I think it might have. Let's just pull this up and see. I need the map, please. There's a large gold deposit way over there. And a sulfur. And more gold. Gold, gold, gold. There's a sulfur. Sulfur. I think this gold is up in these hot zones, though. So, that's going to present a little bit of a challenge. We're going to have to... It said we opened some other recipes, so let's see what they are. And it'll give us an idea what we need to work on next. We have a bed. I guess that's always been there. I just never thought to build it. We could go there and sleep and just, not have to try to play during the dark time. So we need to build that. Exterior stairs. A pillar. Reinforced compartment. Maybe we could put one of those, like, if we're going to go work in the hot areas, maybe we could put that there. And then, we could duck in there when we're, maybe that's the point of that. Unless you want to use it to replace the, but we not have harsh conditions here. So that looks like that's what's new that's unlocked, is this reinforced living compartment. And a door, and of course we got windows and walls and things that were already there. Data center. So anyway, we've got a some new stuff to do, and we have a gold location. We still haven't found the basalt, and I think that's what we're going to do the next time. And so for now, we are going to adjourn without a whole heck of a lot accomplished, except we got some concrete coming out of there. So if you've enjoyed this video in any way, leave me a like and subscribe, and I will see you the next time.